Alright, you man, listen. UFC Fight Night Lewis versus Teixeira just wrapped up. Overall, very, very good fight night, I would say. Bro, just look at my predictions. Look at my predictions and try not to call me the predictions king, bro. Which other YouTuber, MMA YouTubers, has better predictions than me recently, bro? Look how many recent ones are on this list. Yeah, but obviously, right at the top, 10-2, Lewis versus Teixeira. But anyway, let's get into some of the fights. And how can we start off without talking about Walker versus Nzechukwu? Bro, listen, I picked Nzechukwu to win. But Walter Walker, man, this guy is a heel hook king. There's no doubt about it. Last 3 fights, all 3 wins by submission, all 3 wins via a heel hook. I'll give it to him, man. I've never seen anyone get, even this many heel hooks in the UFC, let alone 3 in a row. That is insane. So yeah, he is for sure the heel hook king. He's a decent fighter, man. Only 1 loss in his debut against Brzezinski, which is obviously a bad look. But ever since then, he's been fighting really well. He just beat Kennedy Nzechukwu, who's a really good, kind of, I was gonna say prospect, but I don't know if you can call him that. Yeah, man. Anyway, what's next for them? I think Walter Walker, I don't think he is ranked, but I would say he should get a ranked fighter in his next fight. Maybe a Dalison Teixeira. You never know. I think that would be a good fight. In terms of for Kennedy Nzechukwu, there's another fighter on this card, Vitor Petrino, that just got a win as well. I think them two should fight, especially now that Petrino's at heavyweight, now that Nzechukwu's at heavyweight. Let's get it on, man. Let's also talk about this one between Mitch Ramirez and Mike Davis. Mike Davis is a monster, man. Listen, first round, so much control time for Mike Davis on the back. I'm surprised that, he couldn't really find that choke because he obviously had one hand fully around the neck of Mitch Ramirez. But I'll give it to Mitch Ramirez. He did a really good job of keeping Mike Davis's other hand away, so that he couldn't get the choke. And, overall in that round, obviously he got dominated, but Mike Davis wasn't really able to land very much damage. He wasn't really able to get the choke, but he did have quite a few submission attempts, so that counts for something. And then obviously in that second round, Mitch Ramirez started to look better. They were quite equal, and then obviously Mike Davis lands, I think it was a knee, and then some ground and pound, or not ground and pound, but like some other shots as well, which got him the TKO, man. Mike Davis, this guy is good, man. He is I'm pretty sure he actually does have quite a few KOs as well. So yeah, man, that was a really good win for Mike Davis. Next up on the main card, we had Vitor Petrino versus Austin Lane. This was actually the heavyweight debut of Vitor Petrino, and he looked good in it, man. Obviously, he got the submission in the first round. Very nice submission. However, I must say, the competition is not exactly amazing. Austin Lane, the UFC, mate. Yeah, there's no way this guy stays in the UFC after this fight. I don't even know if he's won a fight in the UFC. Vitor Petrino, obviously, he looked really good in his career at light heavyweight, and then he got submitted by Anthony Smith, and then he got knocked out by Dustin Jacoby. Not exactly an amazing look. So now he's at heavyweight, and obviously in his first heavyweight fight, he got the win. So fair enough. Obviously, like I said earlier, I think he should fight. Who was it? Was it Walter Walker? Yeah. I think... Kennedy Nzechukwu, sorry. I think him versus Kennedy Nzechukwu should get... Should get made. Next up, Charrière versus Landwehr. Bro, I have to say, this was a brutal finish for Charrière. Charrière, he's a good fighter, man. Listen, in the third round, he obviously got the TKO, I guess you could call it, basically at the beginning of the round. Bro, those were some heavy shots that Landwehr was taking. Yeah, man, that was quite brutal. The referee gave him plenty of chances, maybe too many chances to defend himself, because he was just getting teed off on so many clean shots. And these were these not even like mid-power, full power shots from Charrière, landing on the head top of Landwehr, and obviously he got knocked out. Fair enough, man. I'll give it to Charrière. He is good, man. He obviously has got not an amazing record, 21-11, but I must say, he is a very fun fighter. He does get quite a few KOs. I remember he KO'd someone in France, I think, last year. Yeah, man, this was a fun fight. Landwehr, kill or be killed type fighter. But, yeah, man, in the end, Charrière got the knockout. I do like Charrière as well. So, yeah, and I did predict him to win this fight. So he did, so I'm happy about that. Next up, Garcia versus Keita. Bro, I swear Keita is on like a 5-fight losing streak now. He just needs to call it quits now, bro. I think he's been through too many wars in his time, obviously he got his head boxed in by Max Holloway for 25 minutes. So, yeah, that probably was not amazing for his career. But I must say, Steve Garcia, this guy is legit, man. 5 or 6 fight win streak. He wanted to get the finish, but he wasn't able to. But it was still a good performance. He almost got the finish, to be fair. He was close, but now he will be ranked. So, yeah, he did say, I think he said he wanted David Onama. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. So, yeah, I think that's next for Steve Garcia. He's a legit fighter. Seems like a good guy as well. Next up, the co-main event. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Ismail Bonfim. Or was it Gabriel Bonfim? It was Gabriel Bonfim. Bro, listen. People were saying this is robbery. I'm not too sure, man. Like, it was like people were saying, it was like a Mario Bautista kind of performance in the way that, he was holding Wonderboy up against the fence. But I will say, robbery or not, it is kind of sad to see Wonderboy losing, especially in these really close fights where it was like Aldo, right? And he's, kind of a legend in the sport, and getting these really narrow losses, which could be seen as robberies. So yeah, it is peak, because, he got knocked down in his last fight as well, in a fight which he was winning. So yeah, that was not good, but it is peak for him. I would say, if he is still ranked after... I don't think he will be ranked after this as well, because he is quite low down in the rankings. I think he's number 12 ranked, or he was number 12 ranked. I'm talking about Wonderboy. I think he still probably will be ranked, maybe number 14 or 15 or something like that. So for him, I think, yeah, obviously he's going to have to fight down someone that isn't ranked, to give someone a chance. Who in the welterweight division deserves a shot at the rankings? I'm not actually too sure, to be honest, at this moment in time. But for my man Gabriel Bonfim, he will now be number 12 ranked in the welterweight division. The welterweight division is most definitely stacked. I will say maybe him versus Carlos Praches. I would like to see that. So yeah. Or, there's a lot of good fights in the welterweight division. You can make so many fights in the welterweight division. And finally, of course, the main event. Teixeira versus Derek Lewis. All I can say, first of all, what a bad stoppage. I don't know why people are not talking about this stoppage, man. Am I the only one that saw this and thought, what kind of stoppage was that? Like, that's on the level of, like, in my opinion... Yeah, that's on the level... I don't know. I remember there was a really bad stoppage earlier this year as well. It was kind of like that, bro. Listen... Basically, 30 seconds into the fight, this was a very quick KO. Derek Lewis drops him with a left hand, I think it was, sits him down, and then whilst he's getting back up, he does, to be fair, he does take a lot of shots to the head, fair enough, but he is getting his way back up. He's not dazed, I don't think. I think he's fine. And then, obviously the referee stops, so I'm thinking, what is this guy doing? So a bit unfortunate for Talisson Teixeira, but I do think, to be fair, I will say, even if he did get up, I think there was a high chance that Lewis probably would have got another big shot that would have put him down. We all know how, the power of Derek Lewis. What's next for them? Bro, let me say, by the way, this fight, it started off really quickly. Like, the way it started, these men were just going for it straight away. No, like, technique, no nothing, just straight up wild. And that's obviously why Talisson Teixeira ended up getting dropped and then obviously finished. What's next for them? Derek Lewis is number 9 ranked. I didn't actually realize he was that high ranked. I thought he was like number 12 or something. But yeah, Derek Lewis number 9 ranked. He's coming off of 2 wins now. I think he won against Nascimento. I think his last fight was before that, and then obviously now he just got the win over Talisson. So I think he's done with fighting down in the rankings. I think, because he's actually, I think he's motivated for the title shot now. I remember back in the day when he got his title shot, I don't think he actually wanted it, but now I think he actually does want it. So he has to fight up in the rankings now. Which fight makes sense? Because this guy's fought basically everyone in the division. Who we got here? We got Sergey Spivak, Tybura, Waldo Cortez Acosta. I didn't realize. What? Damn, Acosta's number 6 ranked. Damn. Gelton Almeida, obviously Derek Lewis just lost to him. Curtis Blades, Pavlovich. I was going to say Blades rematch, but that wouldn't really make sense, to be honest. Pavlovich, would Pavlovich make... I think Pavlovich versus Cortez Acosta is actually booked right now, so that's not an option. Maybe do Volkov versus Lewis rematch. Things that, because this guy has fought so many people in this division already, there's a high chance that if he wants to progress, he's going to have to take a rematch. I would say maybe him versus Volkov. Obviously, Volkov is coming off a quote-unquote loss against Cyril Gahn. I don't think he should be punished for that. And I do think, in the eyes of Volkov, Derek Lewis is a pretty safe fight. But yeah, I think Volkov versus Lewis, or if not, then do Lewis versus one of these NPCs, Tybur or Spivak or something. So there it is, man. Lewis versus D'Alisson, Teixeira fight night. Wrapped up. Overall, very decent fight night. Out of a total of 12 fights, I think there were 8 finishes. So what, 66% of the fights ended in finish? I think that's how it works out. But yeah, we need more fight nights like this. Very good fight night. Obviously, this was in front of a crowd, and obviously not every fight night can kind of resemble this, because a lot of them are in the Apex. But there you go. You guys let me know in the comment section down below which fights you want to see from this fight night. And yeah, please comment, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Safe.